Okay. Scooching it. Okie dokie. Ew. Oh, Garrick, that's that's fucked up. Hey, Baltry, how's it going? But I don't okay, so those of you saying I need to be higher leveled, I don't have anywhere to get XP from. I've done everything else in the game that is available to me, with the exception of killing the dragon, which I wasn't able to do because I also wasn't able to get through that fight. That's the literal only thing I can do, except for a task called Hard Bargain, where I literally just talk to a person and it give me like a handful of XP. I don't have anywhere to get more XP from. Don't remember what immunities vessels have. I mean, regardless, they gain immunities over time. Because I'll look at them and they'll be like, okay, it's immune to piercing and fire. So don't use those two things. And then I look again, like a couple of seconds later, and they're immune to also now corrosive and crushing and whatever. They gain immunities over time. That's what it looks like to me anyway. So it's nearly impossible to say, okay, just use this type of damage on them. Boom, there you go. Other thing, it's like even if we survive to the last, like the last real try that like went well, I had like 5 or 6 of my party members, so almost my whole party was still alive. Both of the statue vessel dudes were dead, and it was just Theos. And we just kept getting dominated, and he does like all of our health goes down, and he has the full heal that he can use multiple times. I don't know what to do after that. You like the art on the screen? Yeah, it's really nice. Both good and bad. Bad because I have a fever. No. I feel like poop. Good because Malik and I had a long talk. Oh, I was wondering. And we've officially decided to explore possibilities beyond friendship, see how things work out. That's nice. I hope things work out, and I hope you guys are happy. After beating Theos, attack the soulless statue first. Your warriors should be using piercing attacks. After 2 statues are down, make sure you guys are resistant to fear and other stuns. I don't know how to accomplish that. Like, I don't mind sometimes getting knocked down prone, but when I'm taking the time to boost my defenses constantly to try and avoid that, and it's still happening every single turn, it's nearly impossible. There's just too many things that are difficult about this fight. The fact that they have a full heal, the fact that all of their damage does like most of my health for most of my guys. The fact that I'm prone for most of the battle. Like, all of these things stacked up makes it way too fucking hard. And I really don't know how to get around it. I've tried really fucking hard. It's not that they gain immunity to damage. No, not immunity, just resistances. The UI is getting updated. I was talking about status effects, though. Because usually when you have several strong enemies, what you want to do is split them up with something like Confused or Charmed. But they're immune to some of those things. Let's just start another fucking battle, see.
Croak 10!
Okay. So, they are immune to charmed, confused, diseased, dominated, poisoned, sickened, and unconscious. They also have plus 40 against prone, plus 25 against charmed and confused. I don't understand that when they're... Unless the immunity goes away when they have a soul in them. You wish you were immune to sickened and charmed. You want to be these guys? They're just vessels. They're not even alive. Headsman. And yeah, I've tried all sorts of variations where I pull these two away from them. I try to put down a beetle so that it attacks the beetle instead of them. Nothing fucking works. They just come and smash my head in. I'm so sick of this. They can be petrified. Depending on how many casts you have. Not that many. So, Gaze of the Adragan, I have 3. I do have this Petrify, but I have to wait until I have 5... the ability of 5 chance. And I can't use it when I'm fucking prone. So, usually, Aloth dies so close to the beginning of the battle. Regardless of how his positioning or whatever. He just... too much damage and dead. And then... my character is just prone forever. Looks like a Sith lightsaber. So, like, yesterday you guys were saying, use Circle of Protection. Because that'll help. I tried. Why can't I right-click this, please? Hello? Circle of Protection has not been keeping us from getting prone. There's one really inconvenient possibility. Palagina? I don't even know who the fuck that is. I don't have that person. I shouldn't have to replace entire party members for this to work on normal difficulty. That's fucking stupid. It's okay, Garrick. Well, I'll figure it out eventually, or I won't. I'm just frustrated because there's so many things that make this fight difficult. It's not like 1 or 2 things that I can then address and move on. Like, I'm taking all the advice that everyone's given me over the last 2 days. These are people who have played the game a million times, and I still can't do it. I just don't know what to do at this point, because I've been doing this for almost 6 hours. Not today, 6 hours, but 2 hours today, 4 hours yesterday. You said dance? No, I got up and I stretched on my break. Yeah, Joe uninstalled the game. That's how Joe did it. Andra's gift? I think I talked to her, maybe? What, they're giant underwear? What if they're... I think they're going commando. They just have a loincloth. They just have flaps. They don't have underwear. What powers does Grieving Mother have? I have no fucking idea. If you look up, you see a giant dong. Yeah, pretty much. I have disintegration, detonate, ringleader, tactical meld, body attunement, mind lance, pain block. Is this what you meant? Silent scream. Fractured volition, pain link, puppet master, soul ignition. Mind blades, phantom foes, recall agony. Eye strike, mind wave, whisper of treason. Yeah, I think so, Garrick. Just get up to them, point, and laugh? I wish I could. Your wiener is small, even though it's as big as my head. It's probably bigger than that. Actually, if it was as big as my head on that size of a dude, that is very tiny. Yeah, I'm like 100 and some odd hours into the game at this point. Turning on the AI option to use rest abilities. No? I just have it on whatever it was at the beginning of the game. But I use their ability. I don't like. I mean, I could. Fliff! I don't know what to do. It's extremely important to disperse them, but then I can't heal properly. Yeah, but I've been pausing and telling everybody what to heal, or what to use. I don't necessarily want them to do whatever they want. That always tends to make me more mad. I'm on normal difficulty. And apparently... I could put it on easier story time, but I shouldn't have to change the difficulty. Like, I've made it up to this point. I shouldn't have to that drastically change things. Changing my strategy, sure. Using different spells, different scrolls, sure. You could get good. I've been trying this for 6 hours. Maybe now's not the time to troll me! Alright. I'm just gonna try I don't know what to do. None of these suggestions are that great. No offense. I know you guys are trying to help, but I think you guys gave me your best advice yesterday. There's just fucking nothing I can do. It doesn't matter where I place these people. Have them run around, and this guy runs. Hello? We're already all knocked down. Like, why don't you come over here? Everybody is hanging out.
They both.
Like, why are you standing there? These guys come into my face and attack me. I don't understand. Like, positioning is not fucking. Oh, I'm getting so mad. I'm getting so mad. Let me just start over. Oh. Yeah, use Baltrufitty's suggestion. Sadako, hello. Hail! How are you? Oh, that just made me really mad. That made me so mad. I'm glad that I'm just... Ooh.
Great.
I just don't know what to do. It's so frustrating. This is what I tried first of all. I don't know why he's just standing there, my dog. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing it this way, but I am. Here's what I'm gonna do. Ready? Ha! How malignant is your cloud? Or you don't have to turn around for that, but whatever. Have you done your thing? I can't tell. Tim switched to Cuphead? Fuck no. This doesn't compare the 2 weeks I spent on Ornstein and Smaug? I don't know how to pronounce that. In Dark Souls, at the pace of 3 or 4 hours a night? No, thank you. No, you don't have to shut up. It's fine. I asked for suggestions. I just don't feel like there's a lot of things that I can do. I don't want to change my party, because that's fucking stupid. I don't want to change the difficulty. That's also fucking stupid. I feel like I've gotten close, but it's nearly impossible for me to get beyond close, if that makes any sense. Alright, let's just all attack this fucker for a second. You do this. Why are you almost dead right now? Why are you doing that? Don't do that.
I no longer sense our merit.
Arg! And the second he gets back up, he's dead again.
Crave the fear.
Oh hey, he's alive. How's he alive? Oh no, that was endurance. That was a dare. On a bad day, my cloud can be significantly lower. What made me most angry about this fight is when I finally beat it, I used the same strategy that got me wrecked 20 times before. It just came down to dumb luck. So that's kind of how I feel. I feel like RNG is fucking me, and there's just nothing I can do about that. And it's just like fucking me every single roll. It's not like I get a bad roll and something goes wrong and I have to try and fix it. Like, it's just overwhelmingly fucked up. This whole fight. That's how I feel. I don't know if that's accurate at all, but that's what it seems like. Wait, that gets a party? A group? So like we're all fucking prone. Even when I had us all spread out, we were all prone. And I'm dead. It's cool, it's fine. I just wanted to try something different. This is clearly not working, but I just wanted to see.
They got the priest.
Hey Rhea, how are you? I'm really just not even looking at the game, just reading chat. Yeah, there's a reason that I don't play Dark Souls. I don't want to play a game that's that difficult. Like, I know that this game can be difficult. Like, I've had difficult fights in this game before, but I tried different things and I got through them. I've now tried everything that I feel like I can try, and I'm still not getting anywhere, and that's frustrating. I just don't know what to do, and because I don't know what to do, and I feel like I've improved as much in this fight as I can, So now I'm just like, I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna click on the button over and over again. Alright, let's all be nice to each other. Alright? Just because I'm having a tough time with a game doesn't mean that everyone can start being an asshole.
Croak 10!
And if I have a problem with something that someone says in chat, I will say something. But I haven't, I mean, me and Valtteri give each other shit. I haven't seen anything that's, like, unreasonable. Starting with auto text is a bad idea? Okay, what should I start with? Tossing people at other people? What's next? Defenestration? I love that word, by the way. So what do you think I should start with? I clicked the enable backseat gaming button yesterday. Alright, guys, time out. Time out. Everyone is allowed to give their opinion. Okay. Telling someone to chill the fuck out is not your responsibility. That's up to me and my mods to decide whether or not someone's getting too amped up, and then we will say something. Essay, stop. I said everyone need to be nice to each other. I know that it's a huge pet peeve of mine when I'm, like, saying anything. Doesn't matter what I'm saying or the manner in which I'm saying it, and someone says, calm down, or chill out. Chill out is the same exact thing. Because then that instantly makes me fucking angry. And I'm talking just about me. I have no idea how Garrick feels. I have no idea how Garrick feels, or anyone else in chat for that matter. This is me, how I feel when people say that to me, and I do not like it. So I don't appreciate people reacting to other people that way. So please stop. Sorry, that I got very distracted because I got that feeling like I hate that. It's a huge pet peeve of mine, and there was no reason to react that way. It doesn't matter whether he's played this game or not. That doesn't bar him from having an opinion. He's sitting here experiencing this with all of us. And I've explained what's frustrating to me. And he's saying, oh, I've been in situations like that before because I am a gamer. I know how that feels when it happens to me and I don't like it because XYZ. There's nothing wrong with that. So, let's all fucking drop it. Be nice to each other. And if you can't be nice, then maybe you need to leave. Just something to think about. And, I'm gonna... Now, I'll tab out of the game so that I can read, all the rest of what was happening when I was telling everyone to stop. This game was fairly easy up till this fight where difficulty took a giant leap. There was, like, one other fight that I struggled with, but I was able to... Like I said, I was able to overcome it. There's a small section of the fight where none of the enemies managed to buff themselves, so it's a good time to get in with buffs and debuffs. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Devotions for the faithful. Okay. That's how Mario would do it. Grieving Mother's best stuff involves dominating and charming, which is kind of worthless in this fight. Recall Agony. Once you've inflicted a decent chunk of damage. Okay. So I wasn't using Devotions of the Faithful. So how I've been, when I was trying, or how I opened the fight was I would use Circle of Protection or something. It's like the 3rd or 4th level, I think 3rd level spell. And I put that on my party, and I would have Aloth use the Scroll of Valor so that we have aim happening. Sagani could probably use Marked Prey to get a minor bonus against one of the enemies, but there isn't much you can do to improve your performance aside from that. She's a pretty passive character. Okie dokie. I'm trying to think of anything else. Theos is a pretty huge difficulty spike, and probably the hardest fight on the critical path, so I understand the frustration. Yeah, I don't mind the... Like I've been trying to express, I don't mind the difficulty spike. I feel like I've adapted as much as I can, and I'm still not getting there, and that to me is very frustrating when I don't see anything else I can do to improve, and like I've bothered asking. I shouldn't have been asking, or I have been asking for suggestions because I tried it my way, and my way wasn't working, so I was like, let me try different stuff. And I've been trying that stuff, and it's just not quite happening. So what I normally do is I have everyone just attack as a baseline, and then I tell them to do the different stuff. So let's see, where's that one? I'll know it when I see it. Devotions of the Faithful. Folks, texture, blah, blah, blah. Might, accuracy, okay. And foe gets minus. So... I don't need that on Theos in the first phase, though. If someone's taking a lot of damage or going down a lot, and they have a potion of infused with vital essence, try sneaking in a drink at the start of the fight. Okay. So I might have to restart that, because I only have one, and it's on Durance. And Aloth tends to get wrecked sooner. What does this do? It's only 45 seconds, though. Although I don't know, without the pausing. Yeah, I just need power level 9,000. So... Well, whatever, let's try it anyway. Where was it? For this one. I mean, like, I don't need it. I don't need it on Theos, but whatever, we'll do it anyway. Decent amount of time. It's also a pre-spell that should improve duration of beneficial effects. Don't remember if it was in the base game. Could be. See, like, and I want to be using Barbs of Condemnation and stuff like that. But I'm just, once I get past this very first... Like, getting him to pop into this guy's vessel is no problem. Just like, boom, boom, done. But then I'm struggling trying to, in the few, like, split seconds when I'm not prone, I'm trying to get everybody healed. So I, like, don't have time to be casting other shit. Which is a problem. I could try Despondent Blows. They've been using that on me. Pillars of Faith. I think that's what these guys keep doing to me. But they're, like, practically immune to prone, though. They have a plus 40 resistance. Like, really? What is this? Dire Blessing, that's neat. Alright. Like, I don't have anywhere to put these people where they're not gonna be in trouble. So I think... Alright, let's... There's a lot of stuff that would be useful if I ever had time to cast it, is what the problem I'm really coming down to. Alright, so this is gonna touch as many people as possible. Aloth, sorry, get fucked. Yeah, it would cause an earthquake. Die from splash damage. I mean, they do explode. They cause a lot of damage when they die, which is why I try to get all my people to run away when we've killed them. So we'll do that on him. $13 seconds, that's not worth it. How about... How about this instead?
The field of
We're fucking knocked down again. Cool! I was gonna have her summon a beetle, but nope. If you can at least sneak a graze, it's better than nothing. Missing is really bad, but grazes can still be sort of okay in that they disrupt the enemy's DPS / negative status effects. It doesn't feel like that's doing anything, though. Like, I watch the bar when they're doing stuff, and it really looks like they do fucking nothing. Alright, come over here. And the rest of you attack. And what do we have going on here? Might, accuracy, blah blah blah. Let's do... What did I see that I thought was neat? Despondent blows. Get fucked in the face.
Fiery!
And they're on the ground. Cool. He's just walking around. He just is insistent. I would like for her to cast a beetle, but she's just been prone this entire time. So when you're done being prone, can you give me a beetle in front of his face?
That's...
Where is he attacking? Sagani? Sagani, why are you standing there? I said for you to come over here. Beetle, come over here. Yes, this is very much a Marvel situation. What are you doing? Come here!
That's it!
Beetle's useless. Beetle is bad.
Your thoughts must flow deep.
Beetle, attack this guy, please.
That's it!
Cool, okay, the beetle is finally attacking this guy. That's all I wanted all along. Okay. How about a scroll of power, please? Power, please? Power, please. A few days ago, just... Yep.
Don't even...
That's what's happening, is just this fight. Until I'm done. My biggest gripe with this fight is the fact you need to go through so much just to get to it, and can't go back. If you run into problems in this fight, it's insanely inconvenient to go back and get different characters to go back into the world. But okay, so you shouldn't have to go get different characters. That's fucking stupid. You should be able to do it with whatever characters you want to do it with. So that's number one. You shouldn't have to do that. Number two, even if I left and went back into the world, there's nothing more for me to do in there. I can't get any more XP. I can't level up more. There's nothing that I can do out in the world, so there's no point in me leaving. Even though I have a save file from before I jumped down in here.
That's not very helpful.
But there's nothing for me to do, even if I got up there.
That's not very.
Do we still have positive devotions? No, we don't. Do it again. Those are beetles. Alright, Aloth, you're getting fucked again. Getting fucked again.
Mow it.
Okay. Doesn't look like P. What? Beat the soulless one. Beat this guy first? Can I ask why you're killing the possessed vessel first? I don't know. Because I thought I should. Aloth is here getting fucked over and over, and I can't get someone to even look at me. Aw. Fred looks at you. Alright, well, we'll switch targets then. I don't give a shit. I mean, I've beaten both of them before. Like, I've killed enough of them, you know what I mean? I've gotten it down to just Theos and I still couldn't do it.
Dead on.
Sagani. We're doing this guy now. Doing what the thing with the stuff. Prone. Of course he's prone. Why wouldn't he be prone? Hey, there we go. Shit. Are you enjoying Mario? He is a very pretty boy. He is. He's very pretty. Look at that face. So serious. You just kind of want to make him have a different expression, for lack of a better term. Alright, help me out here.
My mind.
Shit. Alright, I can't tell if this is on anybody except for them, but it hasn't been doing much damage anyway, so it's whatever. Da, 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 da. Max level in base game is 12 anyway? Really? You should be able to beat this fight with Sagani ideally, but I found I had to ditch her. That's true, but the way I see it, the sooner you just get to Theos, the more resources you have for that phase. That's fair. That's fair. Like I said, I'm way open to backseat gaming at this point. I've been on this fight for 6 hours. I'm fine just getting any and all suggestions. Fucking prone, get out of my dick. Alright, is that the negative? Yeah, 2.6 seconds. Cool. So that's good. I want you to use a scroll for us, please. Scroll us!
That's not very helpful.
Alright, still get this guy wrecked. I'm almost ready. Aha ha, there we go. I can do this again. Cool.
My
Yes! I know we
mind
have
feels
a
sharpest.
benefit against that other guy. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, I'm gonna take this moment to have him heal himself. She doesn't have this heal. She also doesn't have that heal.
Dead on.
Can you please? Hello? Durance? Hello? Durance? Hello? Oh shit, oh shit. Get the fuck away. Everyone get the fuck away. Well, Durance got a little wrecked by that, but that's okay. Alright, let's kill this guy then. Durance, back the fuck up.
Not very helpful.
Durance! Get over here. Durance! Stop it! Stop it, Durance! Can you please heal yourself? Okay, cool. Now do this. Okay, so I've gotten to this part before. And this is where we start getting wrecked in the face hole. Exotic? No longer a variety stream. This is a full-time Theos fight stream. No! Oh my gosh, I'd be so sad. Why are you prone? Stop being prone. Stop. If I can keep Durance out of the fucking way, that's great. Alright, everybody come over here, please. They're gonna get wrecked. Bye, get wrecked. Bye, get wrecked. Alright, that's fine. Everybody attack Theos! Yeah! And Durance, please suppress their afflictions. They know not what they do. Get them the fuck out. Okay, cool. Now, petrify this bitch. Petrify this bitch. Alright, everyone attack. Oh my gosh, please, 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 please. Do your thing. Oh no. Oh, his healing was just super delayed. That sucks. Are they confused? They are confused. That's okay. Okay, so I've gotten him to this point. But let's see. He's got, Yeah, they're confused, so I can't do anything. I tried to petrify him, it didn't work. Let's see. I can do this. Do this on his face. Put that on his face. No, Durance! You asshole! Durance is the one that I really wish didn't get dominated. I mean, he's not going to do any damage, but I also can't be healing and buffing and shit. Oh, balls, oh, balls, oh, balls, oh, balls. Hang on. My suggestion here is to try to drop a couple of debuffs on Theos to butter him up. Hey, like I just did. Expose vulnerabilities. Another Devotions of the Faithful. Yeah, I think he still has it. And then Petrifying Gaze. Yeah, I was going to, but Aloth keeps getting screwed up. Like, he was confused, so I couldn't tell him to do anything. And then, now he's dominated. And unfortunately, Durance is dominated, so I can't undominate him. Instead of suppressing afflictions, if Theos confuses them again, you should have Prayer Against Bewilderment. What level is that? Immune to that affliction and removes it. Oh, cool. Yeah, we're unfortunately getting a lot of domination and shit like that, though. It's unfortunate. Alright, you do this. Have a potion. Flask of war paint! Alright, just kick the fuck out of his face. Sagani, you're doing okay. You're doing just fine.
I'm here.
Okay, that didn't really help. Let's try this. Holy! Okay, that's actually fine. Alright, everybody. Ah, fuck you. Well, of course it's Aloth. Okay, everybody attack this guy. Everyone attack. Except for me. I'm going to try to potion. Again. Prayer Against Treachery. Oh, shit. Durance, move up. Move up, sir. Durance. Grieving Mother. She's down in a second. Oh, not down. Okay, cool. Excellent. Okay, do this. Aloth. I still can't. He's still dominated. Of course, he's still dominated. Let me just make sure everyone else is doing the stuff that I need them to be doing. Piercing, slashing, piercing, crushing. This does more damage. Please switch back to that. Hang on. Level 4 to counter dominated, use fragrance treachery. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. Okay. So this should hit everybody.
I'm here.
Cool. Excellent. Now everybody fuck this dude. Let's do, what negatives did you say to him? Devotions of the Faithful, right. Which is this dude, this guy, this thing here.
What?
Okay, cool. Now, Aloth, Gaze of the Dragon. Okay. Guys, backseat gaming works! Woo! Backseat gaming, doo-doo-doo-doo! Yes! Thank you! High five! Gee, wow, that is a wall of pizzas. I love it. Oh, thank you guys so much for all your help. Finally. Holy ballsack. That seemed impossible. At your feet rests the body of Theos, hollow... Or... No longer a Theos fight stream. Well, now next time you come back, you can say, I remember when this used to be a Theos fight stream. At your feet rests the body of Theos, hollow, the dense wrinkles shaped by the silent shouldering of an eternal burden, now smoothed across his color-drained face. He got gibbed too, though. I just want to point that out. His soul remains still for the moment, defenseless, its energy expended in defeat. It lies sprawled across his body like a death shroud.
That's the servant down, and the mistress still to go. A good start.
God, no.
Worthy of being buildable.
Please don't make me fight anything else ever again in this game.
After journeying for lifetimes, I can't imagine his failure, knowing it was all for nothing.
Sagani absently scratches Itumok's head.
Thousands of souls he has tortured. Would that he could live those sufferings 1,000 times himself.
The grieving mother's eyes are cold and hollow as she looks at Theos. Does that make us butt buddies? Sure, why not?
He was good at serving his god, I give him that. He should have picked a better one.
He spent his lives, more than any of us will ever know. For what? Binding the world to a lie. Could a man like that ever be redeemed?
Aloth shakes his head, looking down at Theos in pity and wonder. He looks up at you.
Explore his soul.
With a deep breath, you plunge into Theos' soul, where in Brackenberry it had been a maze of narrow corridors and dead ends. Now it is expansive and borderless, its walls crumbling into heaps like the ruins of Engwith as you pass through them. You travel for what seems like ages, rushing to a known destination, a memory you glimpsed once before. At last you see it, no more than a pinprick of light at the end of a long tunnel, expanding slowly at first, then quickly as you near. You come out in the room where you are... Focus. You come out in the room you're standing in now, but it is new and pristine, and filled with people, thousands of them, all turned towards the great Audra pillar and the machine that encases it. Theos stands at the machine, and you are one with him now. You look out at the crowd, at the faces of old men and cherub-cheeked little girls, at mothers bouncing infants to quiet them, and fathers clasping their children's restless hands and watching you with somber acceptance. A woman with tears in her eyes gives you a small nod. You turn back toward the machine, your breaths constricted beneath the weight of unwanted knowledge, preparing yourself to set out alone on a journey without end. You close your eyes and open them again to find the machine still in front of you, beckoning. You take your place in front of it and place your hands upon a large mechanical disc at the base of the great crystal column and speak a single word. Giant rings creak to life, building speed, setting arrays of carved draconic mouths aglow, and sending tremors through the platform beneath you. The entire room shakes now with the force of the accelerating machine, all sound drowned out by its deep, deafening thrum. Brilliant tendrils of light arc outward from the pillar in all directions, and you look over your shoulder to see them engulfing the crowd, burning them brightly like hot iron. One by one, the tendrils disappear, leaving ashen effigies where people once stood, many of them disintegrating into gray heaps under the stress of the tremors. You look above to the Adra pillar, and a glowing spherical mass has begun to coalesce atop the column where the arcs converge. It grows and pulses, translucent and bulbous like some immense chrysalis, suspended in slow rotation, as though it were being spun from the arcs of light. When the last arc disappears, the spectral mass hangs a moment, no longer rotating, so bright you must shield your eyes with an outstretched hand, and it seems to you as though it is looking at you. You bow your head in acknowledgement, and look back up to see it melt into the pillar like warm candle wax. The pillar flares with a flash of light bright as the sun itself, then fades to darkness. The machine slows down to an abrupt halt, and when the last echo of its grinding cogs has passed, the chamber is still, and you are alone. From all sides, reality begins to bleed in through the memory, and you find yourself in your own skin once more, looking down on Theos' lifeless body. You sense a listlessness to Theos' soul, an overwhelming fatigue that hinders its immediate escape and makes it vulnerable to manipulation. You feel as though your victory has given you some kind of hold over it, and you are able to do with it as you please. Watching you kill Theos was almost as satisfying as the first time I killed him myself. Wow, that sounds a little morbid. Well, if it weren't for all the help I got from you as well, I wouldn't have beaten him. Look at his trunks. Look at his trunks just floating in the air. I just noticed that. Okay, so we have 5 options. Return it to the cycle. You will remember this, Theos. Remember that no man can hide the truth forever, and all you've done was done in futility. Your memory shall be your penance. Tear his soul apart. I do not envy you, Theos. I, of all people, realize the sway memories can hold. It is time you were granted peace. Banish his soul to Breath Emon. Theos ix Arcanon. There can be no forgiveness for your deeds, only justice. You shall escape judgment no longer. Destroy all memories contained within. Your memory makes you a slave to your own past. Perhaps it can't be undone, but it can be forgotten. It shall trouble neither of us any longer. Or tear his soul apart and say, you caused me great suffering, Theos. You did not deserve to exist. Tell us what you want to do? I don't know. Theos chunks, part of a balanced breakfast. Ew. So, I don't really want to destroy his memories, because I told the grieving mother that I wouldn't undo her memories, and that it's backseat this one boy's Kappa. Like, that would be really hypocritical. And who's to say that the echoes of his past lives wouldn't come back to them? Like, I don't know how permanent this is. Banishing his soul, that seems like maybe an okay option, although the people who follow Rimmergand, they want that. And I denied them that, so I feel shitty doing that. I don't like any of these options. I can tear his soul apart. But then what happens to those fragments of his soul? They just like flop around there? Did they make their way back to the wheel? Personally, I prefer my Theos smooth, but I see why some people might like Theos chunky. I'm worried that if I return it to the cycle, that's not enough change. Like, I wish that there were... Like, I'm worried that this will just make him angry and more likely to try again. Do soul pieces slurp? Everything slurps. Because he's done this throughout all of his lives. Every iteration of himself has done this. Breath Eamon, it's kind of like a void where your soul is like is nothing. The people in is it Frostmourne? No, that's a sword. Frostmourne is a sword. Noonfrost? Yeah, Noonfrost. The people you find in Noonfrost, the followers of Rimergand, they were trying to get to Breath Eamon. If this is what I remember. If I'm wrong, please correct me. It's the Court of Penitence? The prison where they kept the souls of the apostates? Oh, here? Where... Oh, shit. Okay, that was a completely different thing. I thought it was, like, scattering his soul and, like, breaking it down to nothing. I totally misunderstood. What's that place called? Yeah. Fit Fab. Yeah. Okay. I totally forgot. I thought that this was, it's been too long since I last spoke to her in the fight. I thought that it was, the void that the followers of Rimergand were seeking. And I was like, well, that's not, like, destroying him in a mean way, but it's keeping him from doing destructive shit. I don't know what to do. Like, this seems appropriate, but poor Iovara, I don't want to stick her, like, with this guy. Like, she's already in there for eternity, and I'm like, hey, this fucking asshole, remember him? He's your new cellmate. Like, that's shitty. That's a shitty thing to do to anybody. I'm just worried that this will not fix it. This is what I want to do, but I want to manipulate his soul more before I return it. I don't think telling him that what he did was futile is enough. That could just be me thinking this. The world's most unlikeliest couple. Shit. I don't know. He's done such fucking terrible things. I feel like banishing him, so what if he, like, repents, and then he's up into the world? I'm worried that he would be able to take his soul and zip zap zoop into, like, the ferryman, the riverboat guy, and then he's just out again. There's so much uncertainty with all these options, except for tearing his soul apart. That's pretty certain what that's gonna accomplish. I think maybe I have to, though. Zip zap zoop, that's a high level spell, yeah. I don't know. What would destroying his memories help? Well, according to the text, it's assumed based on what your character says after this, your memory makes you a slave to your own past. Perhaps it can't be undone, but it can be forgotten. She'll trouble neither of us any longer. So, like, he's been doing a thing because of his memories, supposedly. But I don't know if I believe that. Have a good rest of stream. Thanks, Joe. Have a good time at the gym. Like, reset him in a way? Yeah, maybe? Possibly? I'm not sure. I don't want him to be himself. Himself is evil. I'm trying to remember. Did the gods have anything to say about what they wanted me to do with him specifically? Because I don't remember. But what if he remembers someday? That's what I said initially, yeah. I kind of want to banish his soul, but I'm worried that he'll just repent and then get out and escape and start doing shit all over again. I kind of want to return it to the cycle, but I'm worried that this speech is not powerful enough. Like, I wish that I could manipulate his soul in a way that he regrets what he has done. Gods only ask you to do something specific with the souls at large. Okay, that's what I thought. I think the Delamemgon, or whatever the fuck their names are, they were like, destroy the crap out of him. So if you let him there's a chance this could be a Theos fight stream. Hey, there we go. Shit. I thought they couldn't escape or leave Braith Amon. Well, so what Iovara said is that they're stuck down here, down the pit, in Braith Amon. However, if you repent, then you get to leave. But it's just like it's like a change of scenery rather than actual freedom. Because then you're allowed to wander the island. So he could wander around Burial Isle, and I'm worried that because he's been able to project his soul into other people, I would worry that, like, the people who bring the dead and, like, go, like, to bury them, that he would, possess them and just escape that way. I mean, obviously, this is all conjecture. I don't know how exactly this works. I'm just guessing. Or I could fucking destroy him. I could just tear him apart. He's killed so many people, though. I'm so worried. Like, I think this is kind of what I want to do, but I just worry that he'll be like, fuck you, I'll get you next time. Like, that kind of thing. I want some sort of in-between. Seems like you want to destroy him. I kind of do. I kind of want to tear him apart. This is such a difficult choice. Hang on, I have to sneeze. Ooh. Yeah, he's spent multiple Thank you. He's spent multiple lives doing this, like centuries he's been doing this. Like, he killed babies. He reduced babies and children and humans to ash, like thousands. He made others of them soulless. Like, he's done so many awful things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, without telling me what happens, I'm curious about what you made out of his flashback when you entered his soul. So, what I understood was that there were a bunch of people there. They were gathered for some reason. And he turned on the machine, and just like in the beginning of the game, when the machine turned everyone to ash, it destroyed them all, and it seems like he took their souls, but instead of creating Hollowborn, it just turned their bodies to ash and, like, destroyed them. And I'm assuming that power oh, it went into the pillar. I thought that Wodaka wanted that. So, it's unclear what happened to their souls other than that they kind of were in the pillar. I don't know. And I didn't know what to make of the one woman who's crying and nodded at you. With somber acceptance. Are they all sacrificing themselves? I mean, obviously the kids don't know what the fuck is going on. Maybe they're sacrificing themselves to what, though? Is that to Wodaka? Is Wodaka an Adra pillar? I don't fucking know. I have my theory as to what it is, but it's not explicitly stated. I'm always curious to hear different interpretations. You're torn between two of them. So without telling me the consequences or what happens when you choose these things, I'm curious, what did you guys choose when you played? Or what would you guys choose? Not that that will necessarily inform my decision. I just am curious. You could say he's filled with determination. I hate that game. I don't like that game. Bye, Wormy. Have a good day. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope your toe feels better soon. You would choose 2? I'm contemplating it. I just worry that the other options are not enough. You felt that it was benevolent and begrudgingly chose it? Well, if you want to go super benevolent, it's this one. Is return him to the cycle. Destroy memories? Okay. Interesting. But what is up? Like, I don't understand the flashback exactly. Like, I was hoping we could ask him questions now that he's dead, but we can't. I feel like this is like lawful good. I feel like this is lawful good. This is like kind of chaotic good, but also a little bit evil. This is like lawful neutral. I don't feel like these are real choices. I don't... Knowing what he has done and how his soul behaves, it's not stuck to a body. I would be very concerned picking these things. Yeah, it's not a normal soul and has already lived countless lifetimes. Not enough to guarantee he'll be powerless. That's how I feel. Like, I wanted to return him to the cycle if I could. Like, I wanted to change his soul and like make him see the error of his ways. I don't think this is gonna do it. I don't know how permanent destroying his memories is. Like, I've seen too many TV shows. Seen too many TV shows. And again, his soul is not normal. I feel like he would escape. I think I just have to. And I want to say something that is neither of these options. So it's somewhere between 2 and 5. So what I would say is... I don't even know what I would say. I don't know if it's time to grant him peace. It's time to grant the world peace. You've done enough damage. I don't think it's like, you hurt me, so fuck you. Yeah, shred the bitch. Alright.
A quick end. This is a mercy.
Sagani approves. You reach out for Theos' soul, and you can feel its frailty and defeat. Its texture like a coarse and threadbare cloth on the brink of disintegration. You insinuate yourself between the threads, pushing the weaving apart, unraveling the stitching, until it is bereft of structure, a formless heap bound together by nothing at all. In its midst, you dedicate your focus to a single idea, and the idea is shatter. You concentrate, and as you concentrate, you feel a force building within your soul, an outward pressure that strains against containment, threatening to rupture your spirit. When you can contain it no more, you transfer it into Theos' soul all at once and release it there, a detonation of will that expands in all directions, driving out the remnants of his essence, scattering it into nothingness. You can feel his presence no more. In the stillness that follows, a single word echoes through your mind. A word you spoke when you were one with Theos in an ancient memory. You realize it is the word that activates the machine. Oh, Ichimak was playing with these gibs. Okay, everybody wants to talk to me now. Everyone's like, I've got stuff to say. So, that
Yes.
makes me think... Hang on, let me make a save here. That makes me think that maybe once you choose the other options, it gives you a little bit more of a satisfying thing happening, but I'm not certain. Alright, let's talk to Durance first, because I like him the least.
Ah, the end of the road greets us at last. You fared well, Watcher. Better than any Watcher has right to. Seems you were a field in need of a flame's cleansing. Would that my own trial had produced such an outcome. I had figured myself for the field all this time. But you were the field, and I the darkness. A lesson neither of Durance nor of Margarin. But with that trial's end, a new one begins. A god's trial. And I will stand in judgment without mercy.
I think he's ready to go. Alright. I don't know who to talk to next because I like all these people so much. Alright, Sagani. She seemed to approve what we did here.
Never thought I'd see something like this in my travels. Lends a little perspective, doesn't it?
She shakes her head, marveling at the great chamber all around you.
To think, the decisions the Angwithans made thousands of years ago still shape our lives today. It would be a shame to deny these souls the chance to find their own way and their own purpose.
What now? Thank you for traveling with me. It's time I settled this. What now?
I guess that's up to you, isn't it? Because I'm too short to reach the controls on that thing. For all I know, when you flip the switch, that thing will blast us all as far as Nasitak. Whatever happens, though, I'm glad we journeyed together.
I told you I'd get you home. Is that a joke? Thank you for traveling with me.
I'd probably still be twiddling my thumbs by the side of the road if you hadn't come along. Thanks for bringing us this far.
She scratches Itumok's head. Aw, I'm so fond of you.
Theos may be gone, but his crimes, the wounds he has inflicted, remain.
We'll fix it. The grieving mother closes her eyes and gives you a single deep nod.
Yet before you lies an opportunity to heal, to restore. Only through the healing of families, repairing the bonds between parent and child, reforging the shattered links between generations, can the Deerwood be knit whole once more.
I think you're right. This choice was a lot easier than what to do with Theos' soul.
People will long remember the legacy. Let them also remember the healing that followed.
Waves of warmth and relief emanate from her mind. Farewell. I forgot to read the other thing. Oops. Alright. Aloth and Adair.
Astounding. I always knew the Leaden Key stood for something big, but I didn't quite realize what I'd gotten myself into. And now, you're in the middle of something even bigger. With a decision that will affect millions.
He looks at the massive Audra pillar.
But even if you send the souls somewhere specific now, who knows what the next turn of the wheel will make of them?
That's true.
We can't really control what happens to them. Nor should we try.
I agree.
I had to see the monster Theos had become to realize that.
Maybe so.
It's your decision, of course. And whatever you decide, I'm glad our paths crossed in Gilded Vale.
Me too. Aw, he's so nice.
Theos, he had hold of your soul from a long time back, seems like. You get what you needed from him?
I don't think any of my questions got answered. I have so many more questions still. I'm beyond those needs now. I'm not that transcended. I'm gonna say I got justice. A lot of people got justice.
Not many can say that these days. Not in this country where they think the gods have abandoned them. You'll be feeling better soon then. Good. That's real good. You got it figured out what you're going to do about all that?
He looks up at the machine.
Got
Yes.
a lot of people out there thinking they've been abandoned by their gods. There's not much that'll put the fear in you more than that. You can take my word for it. If it was in my power, and I know it's not, but if it was, I'd send every last one of those souls right back where they were supposed to go in the first place. So folks could get back to believing what they used to. And after what you've been through, though, I'm sure you got your own ideas. Better make it good.
So it seems like all my companions are like, yeah, put the souls back. Put them back. Which is always nice. Alright, where do I even... Oh, yeah, up to here now, huh? Right, because we came over here and here's the things where... Okay, got it. Here we go. There's that trap that never got set off. As you approach the machine, the path underfoot suddenly changes to a cobbled road. If you hadn't experienced visions like this already in Ter Evron, you'd be tempted to believe that the machine had sucked you into it and deposited you in the middle of nowhere. The sun blazes overhead, and the rolling meadows and thick forests on either side of the road could be anywhere in the Deerwood. A shrill cackle turns your head. Standing next to you is a malnourished man clad in a threadbare loincloth and manacles. His entire body is striped or striped with lash marks, and there are scarred pits where his nose and ears should be. He stinks of stale sweat and unwashed filth. You notice someone wandering down the road, but the figure's back is to you. The scarred slave has your attention for now.
You know something of quiet servitude, Watcher. Groveling and simpering before the gods whose aid you need, so that when they finally raise you to a place of power, you can seize what you desire.
I'm not looking for power. Thanks, though. His black eyes glitter. I think Matt should make his own game where he voices every character. They could call it the Mercenaries. Oh my gosh. You thought it was disappointing? I think it's really interesting.
You have labored at the pleasure of others. That shriveled hag in Hadrat House, those pompous dear wooden zealots, the wretched tribesmen playing out their fantasies of grandeur. And then you cowered and knelt before the gods themselves, begging one paltry favor and receiving riddles and visions in response. And now the gods give you orders and commands, even while you set out to fix what they cannot. Yet what have they offered you?
It's a chance to do what I want. Like, I just want to fix things, and this is gonna fix things. That's all I want. He sidles closer, a sly grin on his wrecked face. His stench is overwhelming. A suspicious grimace crosses Aloth's face. I get the feeling this is his way of giving you new orders on behalf of his own master. Be careful, Anariel. Given the breadth of the iron manacle, it's amazing that he can raise his bone-thin arm. But he does, and he points to the person walking the other way along the road.
The exiled queen is not an ungrateful patron.
No. You get a better look at the lone figure and realize she's wearing robes, tattered and singed, but fine nonetheless. On her head is the silhouette of a broken crown. She continues walking, her pace slow but determined.
Finish the work Theos began.
Fuck no.
Strengthen Woodica with these souls and allow her to become the most powerful of all the gods.
Skane's
with
voice...
you as her favored.
Skane's voice becomes a hungry whisper. Zen, fuck no. I've been working against Woodica this whole time. Why would she thank me now after I've defeated her most loyal servant? What do you mean? Helping Woodica would mean the secrets of the gods stay hidden. Yeah, I just want to, like, why the fuck should I help you? The ragged hole in Skane's face wrinkles with disgust. Loyal and weak. Theos proved his inadequacy when he failed to anticipate you. I think he did a real good job. A plan exposed is worse than none at all. But you have proven resourceful, equal to the schemes of gods. Woedica has a long memory, Watcher, for both friends and foes. And she keeps her oaths. What do you mean by her favored? The recipient of Woedica's blessings. She has always had a place for mortals of particular merit. If you help her now, she will become the most powerful of all the gods, and you will be the one who made her so. Think of the lifetimes of reward you would reap. The only reward I wish is the joy of pulling bloody shards of her broken crown from my staff when I have finished with her trial. Skane turns his flinty eyes on Durance. So says your companion, who's been abandoned by his own god. Do you really trust him to make alliances for you? Helping Woedica would mean that secrets of the gods stay hidden. Hey, Leaf. Hello. You'd play the shit out of the game? I would. Be polite about Lady Webb, right? She was awesome. Well, it's still the same setup. You just didn't know the whole of it. I'm confused. What's happening? We're at the end of the game, Leaf. Don't worry about it. This is new. Lecta did it? I did. Thanks to all the backseating in chat, I finally did it. He rubs his hands together, his black eyes gleaming. Safely hidden, yes, from the violent overlords who had ceased to fear punishment in the next life, from the heavy-handed masters who would answer to no one. The world needs some schemes. Or are the souls of Kith so pure that you would snap the tenuous threads that bind society? Eloth snarls. And Theos makes a better overlord? This one is the god of slaves. What would he have left if the world were unchained from his mistress's lies? Skane takes a bundle at his feet and hefts the burden onto his back. I've explained the alternative, Watcher. Continue as a pawn of the gods or a partner of one. At the other end of the road, the figure stops. She turns her head just enough to look over her shoulder. Her face is mostly hidden, but one merciless eye peers at you from a cheek of rippled, scorched flesh. Fuck you.
You
No.
say that now, but when you're standing in front of the machine, considering the lifetimes and the powers that await you, we'll see what you do.
I have always just wanted to see other people happy. I don't want power. I don't need power. He continues down the road. When the sun suddenly drops below the horizon, it plunges you into momentary darkness. You come to your senses in front of the machine. All these evils we've seen, going all the way back to Saints' War, that was all Wodaka. Imagine if she was stronger on top of it all. Yeah, fuck that shit. Remember, get ready. Oh my gosh. With your companions bearing witness, you step up to the place where Theos once stood before his people long ago. The great machine lies in front of you, idle, ready. You have seen this machine and others like it in operation. You understand how it works. It is a device for directing souls. As a watcher, it would be a simple matter to influence that direction. Though as big as the machine is, it may be the last thing you ever do. Speak the command to activate the machine. There is a shrieking of stone grinding against stone as old cogs loosen and begin to turn. You only have moments before the souls will be sent into the Audra vein. This will be your only chance at redirecting them. Send the souls back into the reincarnation cycle. Return the souls to the bodies they were intended for. Entropically disintegrate the souls, ending their existence. Distribute the essence to existing souls in Deerwood to strengthen them. Allow the souls to pass through the vein to Wodaka. Disperse the souls to an unknown location. So this is what Whale wanted. This is what Skane and Wodaka want. This is what Abedin and Galawain, what they want. Remorgand and his people want this. This is what Helia and me and the Grieving Mother and Adair and Sagani, this is what everybody else wants. I don't remember who wanted them back in the cycle, but whatever. Number 2. You close your eyes and expand your perception outward, taking in the immense totality of the tens of thousands of souls orbiting the chamber. Your grasp on the souls is tenuous. You find yourself fighting to keep them all within your influence, and you can feel them slipping away from you as the machine gains speed. A brief moment... Thanks for the achievement. Won the game. A brief moment comes when it feels as though you hold all of them at once, and their force is so great, it feels as though they will tear you apart. In that moment, you dedicate your entire being to bending their orbit, channeling their flow in a new direction.
At your command, the ancient device became your instrument, spinning to life with deafening resonance and gathering up the swirling essence like thread on a great spindle. There, in the pale pulsing glow of the machine that set you on this path long ago, you summoned all your strength, focusing on your objective and blocking out all else. With a single concussive blast that rocked the chamber and sent you tumbling to the ground, you freed the souls from their stasis. Exhausted, your consciousness slipping away, your last sight was of the machine, dark and dormant. Then your eyes closed, and sleep welcomed you at long last. After coming to and searching for some time, you discovered the route Theos used to enter Sun and Shadow, and embarked on a long and arduous ascent back to the surface. You emerged in Ter Evron after days of tunneling through the rubble Theos had left behind, and when you stepped into the daylight, you were faced with a different Dyrwood than the one you had left. At your direction, the souls diverted by Theos were guided back to the vessels originally meant for them. For the first time, parents of hollow-born children woke to the cries of their infants, and looked into their eyes to see them staring back. People fell to their knees where they stood, thanking Helia or Mogren, or even Aethys for their forgiveness of whatever guilt they felt they bore. But for all the relief that had come to some parents, others only found new grief. For many thousands of Hollowborn had died during Wide-One's legacy, many by their parents' own hands. For those children, there would be no homecoming. Yet the last Hollow birth was in the past now, and those parents willing to risk trying for a new child were frequently rewarded, often with twins. Many felt they saw Helia's hand in it, and the year would be remembered as the year of Helia's splendor. Though you had killed Lord Radric in his throne room, so strong was his drive to rid his land of Eothasians that he returned to life as a death guard, a deathless crusader for his brutal cause. With the remains of his humanity stripped away, Radric came to see all the people of Gilded Vale as worshippers of Aethys, and one day he led his forces into the village personally to see them all purged from his lands. Gilded Vale was left a hollow shell, its buildings ruined, and its people slaughtered. Even travelers and would-be squatters knew better than to take refuge inside its borders. Lord Radric returned to Radric's Hold, where he remained, keeping eternal watch over his barren domain. Following the assassinations of Duke Avar Wulfgren and Lady Webb, Defiance Bay was thrown into political upheaval. In the ensuing weeks, the streets had become the domain of looters and blackguards. Few dared to step outside their own doors alone or unarmed. But once the dozens had regrouped in the wake of the riots, they quickly put an end to the criminal activity. They patrolled the streets in droves and administered their brand of law on any perceived offenders. This was not the erratic justice of the mob, however. The dozens had taken to heart the strengths of their adversaries, the Knights of the Crucible, and emerged as a far more organized, disciplined force. With the waning strength of the other Defiance Bay powers, the leadership of the dozens took the opportunity to establish its own group as the dominant peacekeeping force in the city. The dozens would soon find themselves overwhelmed by the problems of a leaderless metropolis. But they found an uneasy new partner in the surviving forces of the Crucible Knights, who understood the city's infrastructure and were able to keep the worst of its problems under control. Though the machine atop Ter Noaneth had been disabled, it had not seen its last use. Heritage Hill was rebuilt, and no sooner had the first families moved in to resettle the district than members of the Leaden Key, acting under standing orders from their Grand Master, climbed the tower and reactivated the machine. The initiates slew a handful of the new settlers under cover of night, and watched as history repeated itself, the victims reanimating and devouring the survivors. After this second incident, the district would remain abandoned.
I knew I should have destroyed it.
The Duke's assassination at the apparent hands of an Animancer had caused catastrophic rioting in the streets of Defiance Bay, and few Animancers survived the first day. Many Dyrwoodens took the end of Wide-One's legacy as a sign, both that the gods did not approve of Animancy, and that the purging of Animancers in Defiance Bay had been enough to satisfy them.
In time, their rage would subside, and a number of surviving animancers remained in and around Defiance Bay, often taking to the wilds to practice their science without repercussions. The fortress of Cadnua emerged as a bastion of security in the midst of an untamed land, becoming the envy of every thane and earl in Deerwood. Legend grew over time of its impregnability, and stories of formidable invaders easily scattered by the keep's defenses became popular around the hearths of Deerwoodinians. Likewise, it also became a beacon to travelers, merchants, and visiting dignitaries alike. Reputed as the finest fortress in all Deerwood, people would journey from near and distant lands alike to experience its fabled hospitality and grandeur. Adair chose not to return home to Gilded Vale. Through a number of quiet inquiries, he soon found his way into the underground organization of Aethasians known as the Night Market.
Oh, yay.
Ironically, in learning that the gods had been fabricated, Adair found his faith in Aethus renewed, and that his god was neither alive nor truly a god had become irrelevant. He rose quickly through the ranks of the Night Market for his optimism and for his bold leadership, his ultimate goal to make the Deerwood a place that would welcome followers of the Shining God once again. When the dust settled in Sun and Shadow, Aloth looked upon the remains of Theos Exarchanon, his former master. He saw where the Grandmaster had gone wrong and what would be required to undo the harm Theos had wrought. With a flick of his wrist, he burned Theos's robe, headdress, and every other symbol of the man's power. Never again, he vowed, should Kith live in fear and blind obedience to an authority they did not understand. Armed with the knowledge and courage he had gained on his journeys with the Watcher, he set out on the long and lonely task of dismantling the Leaden Key.
I'd come with him.
With the Watcher's goals accomplished and his own vows fulfilled, Kanorua sailed back toward Rawatai, thinking on the lessons his travels had provided him. By the time he landed at Tekoa, he understood what his path must be. Standing before the Lore College, Kanorua explained that the tablet he sought had been destroyed, and so a true interpretation of the Tonvi Oratoa could no longer exist. The people of Rawatai would have to create their own. He described the many strange things he had seen in his travels, and announced his intent to pursue the accumulation of knowledge abroad, seeking answers to new questions. True to his word, Kana soon set sail on yet another expedition, and in Tekoa, his passionate accounts inspired many to follow in his footsteps. With Theos defeated and the souls released from Sun and Shadow, healthy children were born once again in the Deerwood. The grieving mother sought a place where she might do penance for the birthing bell. She returned to Deerford, where, to the astonishment of the villagers, she delivered the first healthy child in over a decade. She remained there, and with each new birth, she saw a measure of hope restored to the Deerwood, and a measure of grace for her own troubled past. Durrance used Magrin's strength only until Theos had been cast from the world, and then swore off her influence entirely. Regret came to weigh heavily on his mind, and a man who had never previously lacked for words or opinions came to embrace silence and contemplation. He continued to wander, penniless and destitute, searching now not for the reason for his goddess's silence, but for a mechanism for revenge. The charred robes he continued to wear as a reminder that he had been burned by his goddess, and not just by the flames of the Godhammer. Sagani experienced the 4 months of her journey back to Masuk in vivid colors. She strove to memorize every moment of her final trip through the Deerwood, Erglonfoth, the Valian Republics, and beyond, preparing to tell her village of what she had seen on her long journey. All of Masuk shared in her triumph, and she felt her pride and elation magnified by the joy of her village. Never again did she doubt the value of her sacrifices. After decades as a long hunter, Sagani finally became one of Masuk's most respected elders.
Oh, yay.
She guided her community with wise counsel, and a generation after she finally passed, another huntress journeyed into the world to find her soul. For you, the death of Theos brought an end to your waking visions, and a silence to the whispers of the past. In their absence, you were able to sleep. The questions of a distant lifetime ceased to trouble your soul. All that remained was what to make of the answer. But at the moment, there was little to be done, and the matter would have to wait. A long journey loomed ahead.
That looks so cool. Okay. So my biggest mistake was not destroying that one machine in Heritage Hill. So I'm gonna retroactively pretend like I did that. I guess I must have misunderstood. I don't know. Alright, whew! Just in time, right? We've got 9 more minutes. So, I really liked the game. I had obvious problems with the last fight. A couple of minor complaints, like that it wasn't clear that you can't stack the same stat in terms of equipment. I found that out after like 86 hours in the game, so that was kind of annoying. But yeah, other than that, I really liked it. Headcanon accepted, thank you. It was really hard for me in a lot of cases to figure out what I thought the consequences of my actions would be. I thought I killed all the lead and key that were around. I should have known better. But I was like, no, I killed them all. They're not going to activate it. Or I would have destroyed it. I was like, I cleared out their little place thingy. Doing anything special for date night? Oh, man. So yeah, really great game. I want to know what happens if you choose to destroy the memories. Like, what changes? And I will catch up on chat, but I don't want to... I'm worried all tabbing will do a thing. Orion Akaba, Valerie Arim. GG. Yeah, like, what happens then? Oh, she's never seen Stranger Things. Oh yes, well worth it. So yeah, I just feel really guilty about those imaginary families that moved into Heritage Hill. Where did the lead and key come out of? So what did I miss in chat while they were doing the whole like breakdown? Yeah, it takes a long time, even though it's only 2 seasons. Karis, right, of course. Huge metaphorical Beowick to wipe away his memories until his mind is blank. And then what? Overall, really good game. I wish I wasn't on that last fight for quite so long. But that's okay. You just have to enable backseat gaming, and that's it pretty much. Oh, so in the, like, whole breakdown where the announcer dude takes over, it doesn't say anything different? It doesn't, like, say, oh, by the way, what you did didn't work, or anything like that. It's just like, there was some one guy that was just, like, really out of it. Hey, buy our expansion! Wait, is this... Are they now showing me credits for White March, which I don't have? Okay. Excuse me. Just want to see if there's anything else. La 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 la. Whoa. Kickback starters. That's a lot. That is a lot. That's a lot. We're only an M. Why am I doing this? I don't honestly know. Kickback starters. Yep, that's what they're called. So Cuphead? Ha! No. I've seen almost all of that game. You missed your name. Oh, sorry. Shit, I have to replay the whole game and get the credits now. Or I can play the credits again. Anyway. I think, overall, really good game. I'm a little bit salty. I think some time away. And I'm also upset that I didn't pick to destroy the machine. Let me just see. What did I miss? How's everyone's Halloween weekend? I didn't do anything for Halloween this weekend, and it makes me sad. I don't have anywhere to be or go. I picked what you thought I was going to pick. I mean, I've been saying I was going to pick it. Talking about beta? Yeah, I opted out of the beta. I'm like, get me away from this. Loud celebratory noise of an anvil. Shing! Alright, cool. You have to work on Halloween proper? That sucks. I mean, I'm gonna be here. You guys are gonna see me. I'll probably go out with my roommate. Fred will have to be asleep by the time I'm done streaming. But if my roommate is around, I'm gonna dress like a pirate and go out. That's all I'm gonna do. Theo's fight felt like it just heavily tested your knowledge of the abilities. Yeah, I guess. And I think if I hadn't been streaming, I might have taken more time to read each and every one, but I'm like, I don't know. I was using the buffs that I saw and whatever. Whatever. I had help. That's all I needed. Yeah, spooky date night. Trolling for the booty. Exactly. Your kid's already trick-or-treated? That's bizarre. So yeah, next time you guys see me will be tomorrow. Well, unless you're on DKT. If you're around for day-night time, which is not on this channel, then you'll see me there. We're playing Uno. I don't really want to play Uno, but we'll figure it out. I totally forgot what I was saying. So tomorrow, I have to play a new game, and I don't know what game I'm playing. I don't know what game I'm playing tomorrow. I will play something. I'm playing a game of some kind. And tomorrow night, we're gonna give Layers of Fear another try. I'm gonna restart the game. And, I'm gonna not go into the basement ever. Just gonna leave it alone. Leave it alone. So that's what we're doing tomorrow night. And then tomorrow day, we gotta start a new game, and I'm really like, I didn't know. I'm unprepared. I have some options. I'll probably play a bunch of shorter games. I'm not going to jump into something that's like big, beefy, 90 plus hour game immediately. I'm going to like take a little breather, just have a bunch of like short experience. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, I do. It's on my list. Nordic Forge, you're just in time for me saying goodbye. How are you though? But yeah, it's on my list. I have plenty of lists. I have plenty of games that I own that I have to play, and then I also have plenty of games that are on my wish list and games that I have my eye on to check out to see if I want them on my wish list. I don't need game suggestions. I appreciate it, but no thank you. BattleBlock Theater, I finished it. Finished it already. Well, hello, goodbye, have a good one. Yeah, so you'll see me tonight on Day Night Time on Trumpet M. Cool's channel if you're around. The next time I'll be live on my own channel will be tomorrow morning. We're going to start a brand new game. And then tomorrow night, we're going to give Layers of Fear another shot. Oh, you didn't know that? Well, why don't you look at the list of games that I've played on stream? Hoobleh! Alright, have a good one, guys. See you later. I love penis vagina.